Hello and welcome to Frank's School. This is the second year of my endeavor. 46-day first video. There'll be two today. The video that's coming, and my subject today really, is the journey from Zaragoza, Spain to Lausanne, Switzerland. It was long. It took about 12 hours or more. And there were many stops. I think there were 5 times we had to change trains. It was a day that I was worried about, frankly, because if we'd missed any one of those connections, it would have been awkward. This entire Tour d'Europe was like that. I mean, it was planned with very little slack in it. So fortunately, Erica was with me, and she was very good at this. How we were able to do that in the first place was by going to this website, www.bahn.com. That's the German train company. And I have found that theirs, for Europe, theirs is the best timetable that I've found. You can read it in English, and if you want to, you could just go on there and try. It's fun to try to plan a trip, even if you're never going to make the trip, just to see, well, how far could you go in a day, and how long could you stay in a certain spot before you had to go on. I didn't really want to arrive in any city at night, and I managed to do that. Anyway, there's the website, if you type in leaving Zaragoza, arriving in Lausanne, and of course you have to say what day it is, what date, because if you did it now, I think it would take you almost a day. This is November, but in May they run more trains. All right, when we leave Zaragoza, I filmed the fields that I spoke about, that I so much wanted to film. There they were again. I was so relieved. It's the second clip that you'll see. You begin to see those fields and the way that they have been plowed on contours. Not because there's bisses, not really because there's irrigation ditches above them, but because that was where the limit of the wet ground was. A beautiful thing to see, really, and a kind of plowing that I'd really never seen before. Oh, and I wanted to point out that I don't know what you call those little shallow valleys. I had said yesterday, here we would call them, this is the way that you would spell it in English. The way we would say it is hollows. It's hollows. It's spelled as if it were hollows, well, whatever. This is our talk writing, hollows. Okay, so you'll see them, and also about 2 of those low buildings that I spoke of before with the walls around them. I had seen many more the day before, but in the video yesterday I spoke about them, and there you can see them. I found that as we went along the coast, for me it became boring. My daughter Erica got excited about that. She likes the ocean, or the sea, and she thought, oh, I'd like to come back here. I'm a mountain person. It did not appeal to me, really. And you can sort of see that when I catch a glimpse of the Pyrenees. I get pretty excited, and I can't wait to see the Alps. You can tell that, I think, in the videos. I feel that was a foolish mistake I made, to talk about that little river being the Rhone River. I caught myself eventually, and I realized this can't be. I just had not realized where Lyon was. I think it's Lyon. But another thing, you see nothing of Barcelona. You see nothing of Lyon, Montpellier. I'm filming the countryside. Now, when we get to Geneva, you actually do see some of the suburbs of Geneva. But that's because I wanted to get on camera Mont Blanc. Or how would you say that in English? Mount Blanc? I don't know, Mont Blanc. It's the highest mountain in Western Europe, and it's snow-capped, and you can see it from Geneva, and you could see it barely from the train. Eventually, about the third clip, you can see it low, now snow-capped. I wanted to tell you that if you can catch it, now I say using pause. Well, I used pause to take a closer look at what I think was a dovecote. If you're watching these clips, the second time you hear me say, "This is new territory to me," just after that, the train goes by a strange looking building, and it looks a little bit like a chimney. I paused on it and backed up and looked again to have a closer look. I think that that is a dovecote. A dovecote is a building made for pigeons, for doves, to collect their manure and their eggs as well. I think that's what I was looking at. I also paused to get the name Villiers-le-Grand. This is now in French, in France actually, and then Culoz, or Culot, that you can see easily. I guess, and finally now, the last video clip is of the cathedral in Lausanne. That was not the same day. That was the next morning early. But I put it there anyway, because that way it can serve as a kind of a transition into the next set of clips. And I think tomorrow I'm going to take a time out. I've got some things that I want to talk about that are related to the course, certainly, and in a way related to the trip. But that way it'll be easier to pick it up. And when I say transition, in the first part of the course, Frank's Hum 100, Part 1, I teach about a transition as a literary device, and I realized, well, that's what I was doing by putting a glimpse of the cathedral there at the very end. Then the next set of clips, when you see that cathedral again, that will work like a transition. All right, see you next time.